Morning, everyone. It's Kirstin Hanson, Reverend and Spiritual Director of Sancta Luma Church, the Church of the Holy Light. This is where we embody the next epoch of ministry. We are rooted in love, wisdom, and the living presence of God. This is the morning of the dove. It's your daily moment of spiritual clarity and encouragement to carry the light into the day ahead. So, before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to settle in, and I'll pray in for you these thoughts, that you find peace in these few moments we take together and gain fortitude in your connection with God, the divine within you and in your life. There's a moment where you are able to breathe in the love of God and experience the day in the grace and mercy of God's love, knowing that all of your needs are met. And this week has been a topic of grace and mercy. And today's topic is about mercy that refuses to quit. And I'm going to put a little bit of an emphasis on this concept of non-duality today. Because see, in my near-death experiences, God is not a man in the sky. God is not something that's outside of you that is seeking to come into you. God is and always is. When I had my last near-death experience, there was so much light, so much love, so much presence. It was palpable, and I stayed there for months. I stayed in that feeling tone. I couldn't leave my bed because of the accident. And this light, it is the emanation of who I am now. There is no distance between you and God. There is no locked door, except for the one that's imagined in your mind, which is why I love the teachings of science of mind. And the truth is, even biblically in the teachings, you will find it. It has just been so distorted. These teachings that they forget to teach people how to have this connection to Source, Spirit, God, the love of God within your heart. So mercy is not a force coming from out there towards in here. And I really want to be clear about this because we've talked a lot about grace and mercy this week. It is the eternal presence already within you, revealing itself when the noise of shame falls silence. See, as humans, we're conditioned to feel bad. We're conditioned to feel wrong. We're conditioned to feel sad. We're conditioned to feel shame. We have pharmaceutical companies that are addressing this. They're making millions because of this. What grace is, and we've talked about this, in the same presence is not only lifting the weight, but showing you there is no separation to bridge. There's a knowingness that occurs in that holy instant, in that moment, where you realize that forgiveness is not something given because you were truly never really condemned. And that right there is the truth of salvation. That's the truth. That's why we are trained to go into peace in silence so we can feel that mercy, so we can feel that love. What this is that mercy is not knocking from the outside, but it's coming from the stillness within. It is patiently waiting for your awareness to return home. It's in this moment of recognition that grace flows effortlessly. It's not a reward. It's not because you did something good, but it's a natural state of being. This is the concept of the universe being abundant in prosperity and prosperous, right? This is the whole concept of all of the teachings when we really study them, is that mercy and living in the light is coming into harmony with the truth of universal law. It's coming into harmony of universal law. And so what we're going to do today is affirm this truth on this. Affirm the truth through affirmative prayer on this grace and mercy being our divine inheritance is the truth of what always is. So let's close our eyes and let's get ready for the moment. Because this is when we get to have a realization of oneness with the power and presence of God. Oh, so there is one presence, one infinite light, one eternal now, unchanging, whole, and complete. This presence is the source and the substance of all that is, the very breath and pulse of life itself. I am that life. I am that one. I know and affirm that I am not separate from this loving presence of God. I am the living expression of its mercy, the radiant outpouring of its grace. In the light, there is no gap to cross, no debt to pay, only the seamless garment of God's love in which I have always been clothed. And I claim that so. I claim that truth because right now I accept that every need is met before it is spoken. Every burden is dissolved in the stillness of truth, and every step is guided by the quiet authority of peace. Grace flows as my natural state, and mercy is unbroken compassion of the divine, recognizing itself in me. I rest in this knowing, breathing in the love of God and breathing out gratitude. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. We own that today. We claim it today. We allow it to be so. We know it's done. I love you, beloved.